All right, what is going on, guys? I do hope everyone is having a good day. In today's matchup, we're actually bringing you a CFM game. So, to make to cut it short, I won the Super Bowl last season in this CFM. This is one of the better players in the league. It's always a hell game with this guy. He's We date him back to Madden 21 on the PS4. Me and him have always gone at it, and it's always led up to some fun games. So, it's not a fantasy league. Just made a lot of trades, so you're gonna see a couple different things. I'm rocking Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. He's rocking Tom Brady at quarterback. Both of them are age reduced, and it's just a battle of the QBs, a battle of the legends, game in and game out. So come on, first play of the game. I've been using a lot more dollar recently. Try to send four. This time it looks like I decided to send three, but I try to send four. Yeah, I actually ended up sending four here. So just to feel him out a little bit, and goes, hits the route above me. I honestly thought I was gonna get there, but the user was too slow. That's the only thing with Madden 22 next gen is that the user does not react the same way as it did last Madden. Well, current gen, I should say. Nonetheless, it does feel so much better, and is a much more enjoyable game with the exception of a lot of fluke that could occur. More in Ultimate Team than anywhere else. So he likes to flip a lot. He's in New England. I'm in Colts on offense. And he really likes to spread the field. Something he loves to go empty. He loves doubles and spread sets. So he comes out again. He takes a while to pick his audibles. We put him in a bag, and it's second down. So now fast forward to second down. Like I said, he likes to go empty. I'm using Cromartie, and hits me again. So I realized that since he got me underneath, I decided to bring my flats down to 20 so I could play that a little better. So you see, he's still in that doubles wide flex. It's weird playing a Patriots playbook user that does not run U trips, but he does run doubles wide flex very, very efficiently. And here, that's just a wonderful click on because, in all honesty, he was not supposed to play that because that was a 5 yard curl flat right there. So now I'm on offense. Nothing's really open, so I just take off with Rodgers for a nice low gain. He did get a speed boost, so he's up to 81. He's maxed out now. So I'm coming out. I'm running bunch drive, quick, easy read, double juke. A nice little gain right there. Bunch drive is a really nice play. It's really slept on. And there, I know you guys saw that, but that was terrible run stick right there. Terrible, terrible run stick. Now, 2nd and 8. Calling bench pivot. And made a mistake there. Should have secured, caught it. Ended up rack catching it. I thought I had enough space. I didn't have enough space. So now here, I go again, incomplete. And I was so surprised because his corner does not have any flat mid-zone ability on him. And I ended up missing a field goal. For anyone that plays CFM, do not sign Aldrich Roses. Aldrich Roses is probably the worst kicker in the game. I signed someone that is even worse than Roses, and he's actually doing good as we get intentional grounding right there. So that second 23, he comes out and trips tight end. This is probably the only meta formation that he really uses. He doesn't really use bunch, doesn't use U trips. He loves a slot, but he uses this from time to time. So he's making a bunch of audibles. Obviously, he has Hot Route Master, and we put him in a bag again. He has to throw the ball away. 3rd and 23. So now he's not looking good. I believe on this play I decided to send four. Yeah, I did. I did send four. I'm still in this cover two. Cover two just plays very, very good for the most part. For the most part, it does play pretty good. As long as your zone drops are 20 and higher. Anything lower and you're in for trouble. So put him in a bag again. Incomplete. Pressure was in his face. And just like that, we get the ball back with a chance to redeem ourselves. So you can see that I have Elijah Moore running back. There's certain position rules that they do allow. And since he met the threshold, I went ahead and moved him. And he's been amazing ever since. And, I released Jamison Crowder. I'm not using Corey Davis. I'm using Scotty Miller and Denzel Mims. I got Scotty in the trade for a second round pick, and he's been godsend ever since. So now it's a 2nd and 2. Looking to keep this momentum going. We'll make sure that he doesn't get any momentum of his own. Go ahead and we call speed dig right here. Another good play out of bunch. Can't go wrong with it. But he actually did a decent job. We catch the out route when it route bounced, and we got a good gain there. Then we get another good gain here on the inside zone. Elijah Moore, just an awesome running back. Then we come out, we no huddle. Don't give him any time to make any adjustments. Wish I could have hiked a little quicker, but it is what it is. Hit Josh Gordon on the flat route. Easy first down. So we no huddle again. Just try to keep him confused, keep him on his toes. As long as we do that, do pretty good. And that, I don't care what you guys say. It looked like a bad read. It looked like a bad read. But there's no acrobat. And when I don't see an acrobat, I am throwing that ball. I am throwing that ball. So now here we try something different. We actually came out in SS Blitz 2 out of Big Nickel. It's a defense that I'm trying to add more to my scheme. And for the most part, everything was fairly covered with the exception of that comeback route. So now that right there is why you don't have your flats under 20 yards. I made the mistake. I forgot to change it. If I had it on 20 or 25, that would not have occurred. Because for some reason, deep halves, they just run to the middle of the field when the flat zone drops are 15 and under. So now you can see that we love to use bunch drive. Bunch drive is a play that I love using. Here, quick corner route to Denzel Mims. Denzel Mims has been another regs baller for me too. Denzel Mims, if you want someone that can hold on to the ball, strong, pretty quick, first regs, cheap, young, he's your guy. He's your guy. You can see I have Santana Moss at wide receiver as my number one, but I throw it more to Scotty and Mims than I do to Moss. Moss is kind of like how Deshaun Jackson is using Oakland, and how he was using LA as well. He was just like a decoy. But I do throw the ball a lot to him. Just pick and choose. So now here we come on smash return. Nothing's really open. I just throw the ball away. That was a bad route combo on my behalf. The good thing that I have to my advantage is, even though I do have one route ability, his corners do not have an advantage against my own. He does have two solid corners, which is his user, as we hit Denzel Mims on a backside in route. He has Justin Reed, solid safety, but no abilities. Then he has Mike Edwards, superstar, which is pretty solid. And then Dante Robinson, a corner. As you can see, he gets beat right there by Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller's only at 80 overall. Mind you, this is the second season of this CFM. So, obviously, some of these overalls have been boosted compared to their stock overalls outside of CFM. And you see Aldrich Rose's miss a kick. I don't know what it is. I feel like I timed my kicks fairly well. He just missed it. Now coming out, 1st and 10, he hits a quick flat route to Curtis Samuel, who just picked him up in a trade from Washington. And this is basically what he's going to do. Like, what he sees, he'll take it. He's not really going to force stuff. He doesn't really play how he used to. So if he sees something, he's going to take it. So now this a play that I've kind of been messing with. It's similar to Mike Blitz 3. It's called Max Sting 3. And hits me on a little in route. And we'll take it. Keeps the clock running, so I'm not mad about that. I couldn't defend both. I should have put a curl route out there to defend the running back, but I didn't have that out there. So you see he's running this A slot. He runs A slot pretty well. So here you have him in a bag, throws it away, and it's 3rd and 11 now. So here I came out in cross 3 fire. That's the reason why his tight end was so wide open there. It's another play that I've been messing with, and we get the sack on the next play. Well, 2 plays later, now it's a 4th and 19. He's in a tough spot. Coming out and trips tight end to the short side. I'm in a hybrid cover 4 look, more like cover 6 with a mid read, and everything is bagged. He thinks he has that open, but Devin McCourty, he has amazing recognition and comes down with the pick. So now 2 minutes left in the first half. I'm up 13-7. I want to go ahead and capitalize and get a score here. So we come out and smash return, and that's one thing about pocket. If I stayed in the pocket, that would have been a first down and a big gain. But I decided to scramble out and throw it, and because of that, I ended up getting sacked and make this drive a lot harder than it should have been. So now we come out, we run the same exact play again, and we do the same exact thing again. And we still get the first down, but we should have got it on the play previously, because now that takes time off the clock. Luckily, we have all 3 timeouts, but still. So now here we're trying to set our play up. Verticals is one of the best plays in the game right now. I'm pretty sure all you guys know about that. As you see Scotty Miller come wide open, and we just get a terrible animation. So now it's 2nd and 10. Really unfortunate, but I probably should have had better sticks there. So now nothing's really open. I could have thrown it to my running back or my in route, but I didn't trust it with his acrobat user nearby. So I just played it safe, took off for the first down. So we quick hike flooded with a crossing route, take it down to the running back, and I believe we used a timeout there. So now since Moss has route tech, we flip short side bunch, call flood. Similar setup that we usually do strong side. And we do that. He sees it. I just throw it to Elijah. And it sucks because I really believed he had got out of bounds and he didn't. So nonetheless, he's doing a pretty good job on his behalf. So now we flip it again, trying to simulate a play to clear out that fell in with the stop and go on the outside. Doesn't really get open. Elijah Moore gets open again, but he still somehow stays in bounds. That's really pissing me off because now I have to burn timeouts that I didn't want to. So now Scotty Miller gets another good gain. 8 seconds left, and we just took our 3. They don't want to force anything. They don't want to force a sack, so we just played it safe. So now here, this is why I'm not scared of throwing that. I'm not scared of throwing that because there ain't no acrobat there. There ain't no acrobat. I'm throwing it. It looks like a bad read. It's not a bad read. I could promise you that. So right here, where I come with a double crosser hitch out route combo. Out route comes open. Try to get him with some stick work and get an easy first down. You always got to make sure you read your defense as much as possible. Try to see what your opponent likes to do. That way you could just go ahead and put the best routes possible on the field. And I know he's not a person that likes to blitz much. That was unfortunate. I should have secured caught that as well. That's the second mistake that I did in this game. But he's not a person that blitzes much. So because of that, I know I have time and I'm going to send out as many routes as possible. So now it's a 4th and 10. Nothing's open except Josh Gordon, and he just gets murdered by Dante Robinson. Literally murdered. So now this is another combo out of double posts that I've been using. Leads to a big game by Elijah Moore. I throw the ball a lot to him, so I was able to develop him into a superstar. Really happy about that. And now check out this dot. You can say what it is about that. It looks like a 50-50 ball. I don't know, man. All I know is that it was a dot. I scored, and I'm up 23-7. And he does something similar with Andre Johnson. That's more expected because it is Andre Johnson. But I did that with Scotty Miller, and that dude's a fucking midget. Like, the fact I did that with Scotty was crazy. So now he dotted me. I believe I was in max sting 3 there on that play. So now he's trying to hurry up on me. He knows he's running out of time. So I man up one tight end. I get there late on the other one. Down my acrobat could have still got there, but I wasn't as close as it looked. So he's pulling off a drive of his own, doing a really good job. So now I'm coming out with some hybrid cross man in zone coverages, just trying to confuse him because that's one thing that I definitely like to do. And as you can see, he's in a bag, has to throw it away. That's the one thing with defense being a challenge in this game. You cannot be predictable unless the opponent literally can't figure it out. If they can't figure it out, then you could just stay in that defense all game, and that is something that I don't know how to feel about. He threw it up, but then again, I did that with Scotty Miller, so I'm not one to say much about that. So, I guess you could say it's a good dot by him. Now it's 23-13. He's going for two, and don't remember what happened. You see that? I was so mad when that happened. I You guys can go ahead and replay it in the video, but Marcus May just stood there. Like, he just stood there like he's a linebacker. So nothing's open again. I take off for Aaron Rodgers. I really wanted to double juke there, but I was not going to take my chances. So now we're coming out with a high-low concept slant crosser. Crossers kind of open, but I had to aggressive catch that to avoid the chance of an interception. So just to play safe, I went ahead and did that. But Marcus May really pissed me off there. I honestly felt like that should have been a pick, maybe a lurk 2, but it was not. Well, a pick 2 because I wasn't using him. And so we got the first down, moving the sticks with Elijah Moore, just keeping his clock moving, just play smart. We don't have to force anything. We're the ones ahead. So Elijah Moore comes open again, and try to get sticky with him. So he has short end and lead in jukebox. So it comes in handy. So you can see the third quarter is coming to an end. We're in a fairly good position. And throw it to Elijah Moore again. Elijah Moore gets the ball a lot in this game. And he gets the ball a lot, period. Last season he ran for 1,000. And he also had nearly 1,000 receiving yards as well. So to say he isn't a workhorse, I don't know what is. So now here we kind of test out something, try to give him a new look, and it didn't work out too well. Luckily, his pressure isn't getting there, and I just sit in the pocket. Shouldn't have stepped back so much, but it is what it is. Still a first down to Santana Moss. So now here, just come with read option, easy score by Elijah Moore. That's one thing I like to do. I like to confuse my opponent coming out with read option with quarterbacks that usually won't run read options. Kind of helps throw them off and surprises people as well. So now, as you can see, we're double Mabling one side, trying to use the other one, and I paid for it because he hit me right across the middle. It was either that or give up the drag. And if I could go back and replay this game, I would have definitely played the tight end. Better a 3 to 5 yard gain than a first down. Because regardless, the clock's gonna move. And now there, my guys bumped into each other, and that was just unfortunate. That is what it is. He's running out of time, so he has to go empty. And here, I don't understand why my corner couldn't play that a little better. He's in position, and now he's just dotting me up. He runs a stick route from his tight end, and Dak just gets incredibly open. And then he just calls all hitches. Literally all hitches, that's what he called. And that right there just was unfortunate. It's like the DDA just coming to strike me back. Aaron Rodgers doesn't really fumble like that. He has a pretty high carrying for a quarterback in this CFM, but that fumble was just extremely unfortunate. So now you can see we're calling that same flood play again. Short side. Trying to see what we could come up with. and nothing is really open there. So we just throw it to Josh Gordon. Probably should have rack catch that, but still a decent game nonetheless. Looked like he kind of double Mabled that because there was no one really in the middle. So now I try to call curl flap. He's running man coverage, and nothing is really open. Like nothing at all is really open. So then I throw it to Santana Moss, but I was too far behind the line of scrimmage, and it ends up in a punt. That's the one important thing that I need to improve on myself is my pocket. As long as I can improve my pocket, it'll make me 10 times better player. So now you can see I'm manning up the right side of the field. So anything that runs that way is my responsibility. And as I say that, he cooks me with the drag. If I followed the drag a little bit better, I would have been able to undercut the slant if he threw it. Which, knowing his tendencies, he probably would have thrown that. That would have been a lurk. Now he's empty, going empty again. He throws a drag. We're not worried about that. He could take them drags all day if he wants to. Stays in bounds. 2-minute warning. So now he runs the ball. I feel like he's trying to clock me. He could go ahead and do that because he has to go for 2. And that is something you don't really see. He pump faked. Like if he was going to throw the Arian Foster and he just throws it to the baby in route. So, very smart play by him. He does it again. Takes off with Brady. Wish I could have got a hit stick animation there, but takes off for 8. Brady looking like Vic. Throws another in route there. I believe that's Brevin Jordan. And here I'm just trying to get a stop. Try to play bend don't break defense. I'm mabling one side. Trying to send 4 here. Seeing if the pressure gets home. Sometimes pressure comes in like that. But it's inconsistent at times. So I feel like we do a fairly good job and he has to throw it away. So now it's 2nd and 10, 26 seconds to go. And I have no idea why Darrell Revis just played that so low. Especially with him being on a 15. So now, call man coverage. Shade underneath and inside. Pressed. And everything's bagged, but the running back's wide open, but my fucking acrobat saves the game. If there's anything you guys need to know, is that acrobat saves lives. And if you don't have acrobat on your user, then you're selling on yourself. Whether if it's Ultimate Team, Regs, CFM, if you have an ability to get an acrobat user, you need it. Acrobat just changes the way of the game. Acrobat saves lives, and you just saw it there. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was definitely a hell game to say the least from start to finish. He had a hell of a comeback. I know I'll see him in the title game for sure.